Okay, welcome. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Life Expansion, and welcome to Allie O'Shea, who is the special guest today. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Life. It's definitely going live. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to share this link with my staff member, and I will be there directly with you guys. So if you just hold on one moment, I'll just get this.
Hi, everyone.
Okay. So thank you, Allie O'Shea, and welcome to Life Expansion once again.
Thank you so much for having me. Lovely to see you.
And I know, Allie, it is very late in Ireland. It's like 11 p.m., is it? Or
11 o'clock, yeah.
And I tell you what, yeah, I couldn't do what you do because by about 7 p.m. I've had it.
So, I know. You're in bed reading your book or having a bath at that stage.
So I really do appreciate it. And we're going to be talking about all things law of attraction, and really looking forward to this. But before we begin, and everyone's just saying hello, I'm just looking at the chat now, and I will just get this up so I can. Just hold on a moment, guys, just so I can say hi to everyone here. Hello, Anne, and hello, Flower, and S. Kyle, welcome, and Paul. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul, for the background work that you're doing as well. Appreciate it. So let's just take a few moments while we're here just to ground ourselves, right? There's a lot going on, and we know that, and a lot of change. And with change comes anxiety and fear of the unknown, etc. So we're just going to just take a few seconds here and just sitting, and you can sit with your palms facing upwards and just taking in some breaths in through the nose, sending it all the way down and releasing it through the mouth. Just some larger breaths than normal, really grounding ourselves and kicking in that relaxation response. Funny enough, it's just amazing what a few breaths can do, right?
Yeah, definitely calms you down, doesn't it?
Oh, it's just so good. Okay, I'm ready for bed again now. Okay, that's it. But for those of you that don't know, Allie O'Shea is an international law of attraction practitioner, coach, meditation and affirmation whiz on YouTube as well, and a Facebook genius, I've got to say. So we'll give you more information about that at the end, and she can point out all the where you can go to. But thank you. And what I thought we'd do today, I really want to take it back to the ground level of law of attraction, because I've often thought when I've done these conversations with you, Allie, and with other people in general, I've assumed that everyone knows about the law of attraction. And although we may know about it because we've been brought up with it over the years, especially with The Secret, the movie The Secret, I'm sure there's many younger people that really might be hearing this video for the first time. And so one of the questions I wanted to ask you, Allie, is let's get back to ground root level. What is the law of attraction all about? It's a big question.
It's a big question. It's a loaded question.
Yeah.
So it's one of the universal laws, of which there are many. So it's one of the most talked about laws, as you said, brought into our awareness by Rhonda Byrne when she wrote The Secret and then produced the movie. And in later years has been made bigger by the likes of Bob Proctor and Abraham Hicks, who is channeled through Esther Hicks, and lots of other people. The law of attraction states that which is like unto itself is drawn. So we are like human magnets attracting to us the experiences and people and circumstances in our lives through our thoughts and our emotions. Mostly what we think about comes into our reality, but usually it has to have a stronger emotion behind it to materialize or to manifest into our reality.
So the emotion is important as well. So it's not just about the thinking, correct?
No, no, it's about the emotions that we put behind it, how strongly we feel about something as to whether we want it in our life or not. So that's why when we play the manifesting game in my groups and my pages, it's a game. So things will manifest for people much quicker within 24 hours because it's a game. And they let go of the resistance that they hold, or the thoughts that, oh, I really, really need this. I really, really need that. I have to have this. Instead, it's a game. And usually they'll see the thing that I've said, manifest one of these 7 things.
I love that idea of
Yeah,
turning that into a game. And I guess that would evoke joy, right?
exactly. Yeah, yeah. And it's about feeling the feelings of already having that thing as well. So
Yeah.
that's how we're emoting, if you like, behind the thoughts.
Mm. So for instance, Allie, I'm thinking about this in terms of when I used to do singing competitions, and sometimes, and I didn't know about the law of attraction back then. I really wasn't using it much back then. But I do remember sometimes when I was rehearsing, that feeling of, I wonder what it's like if I won this competition. And then this feeling of,
Yeah,
high energy would overcome me, literally
yeah,
overcome me. And so that
yeah.
was probably putting the law of attraction already at work.
Absolutely, because you're using those feelings every time that we visualize something. So you were probably visualizing it in your mind's eye as well, and
Yes.
then feeling those feelings of what it would like to win. Then all of that combined together works as a magnet as well.
Mm, mm. So I know it sounds, or it can sound all woo woo and I don't know, almost made up. Is there a science behind this, or is it just something that we've heard on The Secret and we're believing?
I believe it's exactly like the law of gravity. I mean, you see the gravity at work in your life every day. Well, the law of attraction is at work every day, even if you don't believe in it, if you've never heard about it, if you've never learned about it. It's always at work, no matter what. And the thing is, it doesn't matter what you are thinking. When you focus on something, that expands, especially when you're emoting behind it. And so whatever we're focusing on, we're attracting into our lives. So we are all energy beings first and foremost. Like, we were energy before we came into these bodies, and we are source energy. The larger part of us remains source energy. That's like our inner being, our soul, source, God, the universe.
Mm-hmm.
And so we are spiritual beings having a human experience here on this 3D planet, but every single thing in the universe is made up of energy, including the shirt you're wearing, the picture behind you. You yourself are energy. The computer you're on is energy. Money is energy. Food is energy. So that is a big part of it. And there's many documentations about, the scientific behind it. But also a lot of neurologists have proven how important the mind is in attracting things into your life, and how your life proceeds forward. Neurologists have discovered that proven that visualization is a really powerful key or a tool to manifest the things that you want into your life. They've shown it. They've done studies, with basketball players, for example. They've had basketball players that didn't practice. Then they've had basketball players that did practice. Then they had another group of basketball players that only practiced in their minds. And the ones that did the best when it came to actually doing whatever, contest or whatever they did, were the ones who practiced in their mind and the ones who practiced on the court. The ones who did no practice, obviously nothing, but the ones who visualized only in their mind the practice got as good results as the ones who actually practiced in real life.
That reminds me of I heard something similar to that, of a piano experiment where some got to play on the keyboard itself.
Yeah.
Some did not play at all, and some only visualized actually hitting the notes. And I think the results of that piano experiment were the ones that visualized it were on par with the ones that were actually playing it.
Yeah, it's incredible. And I mean, that is, that is largely a huge part of the law of attraction. Visualization is really important in manifesting the things that you want into your life as well. It can really help to propel the things that you want to manifest into your life.
So what I'm seeing now is, you know how you said everything is made up of energy, and of course Einstein has said that, and everything is energy.
Yeah.
So if we zoom in and break this down on a cellular level, and all we see is these energy particles moving, what I can see is, when you say like attracts like, and the magnet stuff, it's almost like on a cellular level, everything's just going like this.
Yeah.
And when it finds something else that it likes, it just goes, clings to it, kind of thing. Is that kind of the...
Yeah, and of course there's the law of vibration as well, where, you know, everything moves, nothing rests, and it's all part of it. And all the laws are, you know, they're intertwined together, actually, all the laws of the universe, and they can't break each other as well. So I've actually just finished writing a program on this. It's actually incredible.
Law of vibration.
Yeah, the law of vibration. Have you never heard of the law of vibration?
Come on, can you tell us a little bit more about that? So it's still...
Well, it's basically everything moves and nothing rests, and everything vibrates. So everything has a vibration. So you yourself as a human being also has a vibration. And that is, you know, what we call our vibe. You know, raise the vibe. What's your vibration? What vibe are you putting out into the universe? I felt good vibes. I felt bad vibes. So, you know, we all have a vibration, and that's what we're thinking and what we're feeling and what we're putting out into the universe. Then again, we're attracting back. All the laws are intertwined with each other.
Wow, that's beautiful to know that.
Yeah,
that is. And I mean, as you said, like when we put out these vibes, you know, and you can feel, sometimes we don't have to talk to people, you can actually feel when someone comes into a room, right?
Yeah,
that
exactly.
vibration, you know, of
whether you like them or not, or whether you want to get the heck away from them, right?
Yeah. And even, I guess, our sense of, when you say a sense of danger, that's kind of the thing, right? You're feeling it
as well. Yeah, it can be, absolutely. Yeah, it's, you know, people used to walk into our shop. We had a crystal and angel shop, and they go, oh, the energy in here is amazing. But that's the vibration of both the building, and I take it, you know, obviously coming off myself and Paul.
Yeah, of course.
But, you know, you can actually sense that online as well, not just in person. Like I can usually pick up somebody's vibration or not, you know, even online.
Yeah, even Zoom, right?
Yeah, on Zoom, but also just by messenger, by typing.
What about just in regards to that? What about by photos?
Sometimes, yeah, it depends. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of depends, really. Yeah, everybody's different as to what they can pick up at a particular time. But you know, I suppose with regards to photos, you could probably sense the vibration of the person in that moment in time, as opposed to maybe their overall vibration, because our vibration changes moment to moment, really. Yeah.
And hence the reason, right, when someone can be feeling flat and then they speak to someone else that has a higher vibe, and that changes, right? It shifts upwards.
Yeah, we can't make anyone else happy. That has to be done ourselves, but we can definitely help to raise someone else's vibration by laughing with them and joking with them, cheering them up, telling good feeling stories, hanging out and having fun together.
So can the same be true then, that if someone's got a higher vibration and someone's got a low vibration, can the same be true that that person with a high vibration can be pulled down or not?
Oh yeah, absolutely, they can. It depends how in alignment they actually are, but we are human at the end of the day, and probably not always in that amazing complete alignment that Abraham Hicks talks about. But if somebody is, say, venting or gossiping or saying nasty things or having a bad day, and they are say I was talking to you and I was having a really crappy day, and I was just going, Jason, I can't go on, it's awful, and everything, my life is shit, and you know, excuse my French, but you know, my life is awful, and what am I going to do, you know? And you were like going, oh, I don't, you know, you kind of didn't really even know how to appease me, all of those types of things, and I'm bringing your vibration down to meet mine. That doesn't help you. It doesn't help me because you're now down here as opposed to being up here. So Abraham talks about us not venting. To process your emotions when they come up, deal with them at the time, and then move away from them again. Get on with your day. Do something high vibration. Don't gossip, don't bitch, don't moan, don't all that stuff. So, because yes, you're right. The only time that it's good to vent, they say, is if you're laughing about it. So if we're kind of cheering each other up through, oh, look, you could be saying, you know, oh, Allie, this could have happened or that could have happened. And I could be in stitches and laughing and you could be helping then to bring my vibration back up. But if I kept continuing to go on the path of the lower vibratory stuff, then you come back down. Do you understand?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so hence the reason they often talk about be careful with the company you keep choosing.
Exactly.
Because if we're choosing negative people all the time, then obviously we're just going to swing down and we're probably going to stay there.
Yeah.
It's
no
almost
good
like
for anybody.
Yeah.
They say that you become most like the top 5 people that you hang out with. So I have a nice circle of friends, Jason. How about I lucky you're in there?
Now I'm just going to swing across to the comments and just let people know too, if there's any questions right at this point in time, you can send them on, and I will do my best to send them to Allie. I don't know, Allie, if you can see them. You might not be able to see them, but
No, I can't see them.
I'll pass them on. So okay. Okay, wait. No venting. No venting. Can you please say more? Says
that might have been before I explained.
Yeah.
Who asked that?
Erin.
Yeah.
Just go here.
Just clarify if I've explained it enough now.
Yeah.
So we should focus only on what we want. What we focus upon expands, whether it's wanted or unwanted, it doesn't matter. The law of attraction doesn't take sides. So if you're focused upon something that you don't want, something in your reality, you know, we didn't come to face reality, Abraham says, we came to create reality. So if you're focused upon something going wrong in your life, you're going to attract more of that type of thing in your life. If you have, say you have 5 things in your life, and 4 of them are going extremely badly, and 1 of them only is going brilliantly. If you were to focus on that one thing that was going really well, the other 4 would line up to meet it. If you were to focus on the 4 that are going wrong, the other one would start to join those ones that are going bad.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Focus upon expands, no matter what it is.
And Sue says here, is it okay to cry?
Absolutely, it's okay to cry. It's letting go. That's releasing resistance, and yeah, for sure.
Allie, more about venging, or she probably venting. She says then, okay.
Yeah, I probably have explained it since they asked that question, though.
Do we do then? Yeah. Alternative.
So venting is like giving out. Venting is like ranting about a particular scenario that we don't want in our lives. And as I just said, when we focus upon something, it expands. So
yep, she got that. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, and Paul says, yep, find something fun and laugh about that. Yeah. Cosmic Accent with Zamara says practical action. Question mark.
Does she mean inspired action?
So practical action here. I'm not quite sure. If you can give us more information on that, Cosmic, we might be able to answer that. Okay, Adele says, I don't want coronavirus. That's why I'm hunkering down. Are you saying that reacting to preventing it is going to cause it?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying be informed by all means, keep yourself safe, but don't let the fear take hold of you. I know I was talking to Adele last night, actually, and she was talking about how she thinks fear is good. Now, and I understand what she was saying in some ways, that, you know, we need the fear sometimes for the flight or fight syndrome. Of course we do as human beings. But what I'm saying is don't let it overtake you. Don't let it overcome you, because if you let it overcome you and you become so afraid, then you lower your immune system.
Yeah. And can I honestly back that up in 100% being authentic and honest right now? I went through the weekend of watching the news for at least 8 hours each day on Saturday and Sunday. And I never do this. And I tell people not to do it. But for some reason, I thought, okay, I must stay on top of this right now. This is getting out of control. So I allowed myself to be absolutely consumed in this fear. And let me tell you, it was the worst Sunday of my life for quite some time. And for those of you that are personal friends on Facebook, saw that I was spewing out fear, and it literally overtook my life. And so, of course, now I switch it off and I will watch the news. I will keep up with it with just 5 or 10 minutes now. That TV stays off, and I'm not buying into any of it on Facebook. And I'm not saying I'm ignoring it. I'm doing all the right things that we're told to do.
Yeah.
But in no way am I now allowing fear to control and rule my life.
That's exactly it. And I mean, I told you I knew that you were doing something, because obviously we've been friends for a couple of years, and I knew there was something off with you. But, you know, Abraham again talks about watching the news and that we should never watch the news. I've done many lives on this in the past. I do not watch the news. Unfortunately, the coronavirus has left me with no choice but to hop on every now and again, periodically, for literally 2 minutes to have a quick read. Off I go again. Yes. Off doing something else high vibration. I do not allow myself to get consumed by it. I don't take it on board. What I do take on board is practicing responsibility for me, for my family, for my friends, for the community. That's keeping my children, my husband, myself safe. We've been indoors, you know, but I don't let it, I'm not going to let it consume my life like that. And Abraham talks about how if you watch the news anyway, that if they were to broadcast all the things that went on in the world, you would barely see the negative stuff. It would be like a blip across your screen. The news feeds drama, 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 drama. And they are telling you the same things over and over and over and over again. And what it is with the news as well is you assume that they know loads and loads of things that you don't know, but they're still telling you the same things over and over again. So quite often they don't know anything new. So there's no need for 24-hour surveillance of news. Keep yourselves informed, be responsible, of course, by all means. Usually when we focus upon something that we don't want, you know, if you were to do, let's say, Teresa or Mother Teresa would not do a war march, but she would do a peace protest or whatever it was called.
Yes.
So there was a difference. There was a difference on what she would do. So it's instead of pushing against something, when you push against something, you can create more of it. So it's just about doing all those things that I said, you know, being responsible, looking out for each other, being a community, and doing the best that you can. I hope that makes sense.
Absolutely, it does. And thank you very much for that. And I want to throw something at you now. And this is a big question. And I don't know if you'll know the answer, but it's all good. We can just discuss it. So, you know, we've hit on coronavirus now. We know it's happening, and I don't want to go on and on about it. But I'm going to ask you something. Do you think that society as a whole has subconsciously attracted this now, or am I way off the mark here? I'm just interested.
No, I definitely think that they do. Yeah, I absolutely 100% think that they did. I think that we all did, because we are all asking for things every moment. We are sifting through everything that we go through in our life, and defining or refining what it is we want, and there, you know, or what we don't want, and then putting into our vortex or our dream box what we do want. And we don't even have to use our words to do this. We do it with vibration. Okay, I don't like that man, I want a nice man in my life, up it goes. I'd like a better job, I don't like this job that I have, I'd love a better job, up there it goes, until we get up to speed with that, and we can manifest it into our reality then. Okay, but with this, everybody has been asking for things for this universe. All of us as a collective consciousness, we've been asking for more peace. We've been asking for less pollution. We've been asking for more kindness in the world. We've been asking for more time with our families and our friends. We've been asking for more downtime. There's so many different things that we've been asking for as a collective consciousness. And I believe that this has come as a result of it. And another thing that I was watching Muji today, actually, I think it was Muji.
I love Muji.
Oh, no, what's the other guy's name?
Sadhguru or no,
Sadhguru, sorry, it was Sadhguru.
Yeah.
And he actually had a really interesting take on it. He said that the problem was population, and that, you know, there are so many of us on the planet, that there's too many of us, and we're consuming an awful lot of animals. And, you know, and not all the animals that we kill are we consuming. But he basically was saying we have to make room on the planet. And this was his kind of take on it. He wasn't blaming anyone or saying anything like that. Go and look at it. It's on YouTube. It was just very interesting take on it. So I just thought I'd mention it. It's not my personal take on it or anything like that, but I just thought it was a really interesting take on it. But you can see, Jason, I mean, it's been talked about on Facebook and on social media how the pollution levels have gone down. You know, there's no cars on the street. People are at home with their families, reuniting, reconnecting. People are being kinder in the community. So all the things that we asked for are coming.
Yeah, yeah. I do see what you're talking about, that side of goodness, because it's like the world has been going on fast forward. It's been picking up. It's been speeding, faster, faster, faster. More things are being consumed, more energy expelled, and too much energy expelled. And it's almost like, okay, now's the time to stop and slow down. And
I think it's like a reset button for us, you know.
Yeah, a reset button. So can we then unattract it from our lives?
Abraham would say that disease is an indication of vibration. It's a vibrational indicator, and that we are not allowing the well-being to come through, that we are born with well-being and health flowing through us. So we can attract the disease also with our thoughts, because the mind is a very powerful thing. You know, we've often heard of doctors telling people you're going to die within 30 days. And what happens? They do. And more often than not, it turns out they didn't even have that disease that they were diagnosed, that they were told they were going to die with in the first place. So the mind is an extremely powerful thing. And we can attract illnesses to us as well. And we can start to imagine that we have the disease also. Don't forget about the placebo effect and all of that kind of thing.
Absolutely. Interestingly enough, I got to listen to, and I got to meet Bruce Lipton, Dr. Bruce Lipton, who's studied medicine, who's a cellular biologist. And he talked about the placebo effect can be working for up to 90%. 90% of the cases, they've found that if they give people the sugar pill and the real pill, he said, so never underestimate it. But he also said, which was very interesting, was the opposite of the placebo effect is the nocebo effect. And what that is, if you want to think negative, like for instance, if we want to put everything into the coronavirus and negative, then we will bring more of that into our lives. So it's like the law of attraction.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the power of the mind.
Yeah. And the thing is, we can, you know, a lot of times when people say, I don't get sick, they don't get sick. My son says it all the time. I never get sick. And he laughs about it and he goes, I never get sick. I never get sick. And he doesn't get sick. So we can create, what it is that we want. If you believe that you're going to get it, chances are you probably will. Okay. But a belief is just a thought you keep thinking. So your thoughts can be changed. You can start to tell yourself, I'm not going to get this. I'm healthy. Or even if you are one of those at risk, you can say things like, I'm as healthy as I can be in this moment, and I am doing everything I can to protect myself, and I'm being responsible. Therefore, I am safe from this virus. We can start to tell ourselves things like this. It's a bit like having a mantra, all is well, everything is always working out for me. Once you start to say those things over and over and over in your head, the more you start to believe them.
So we can use this time right now, while we have all of this time on our hands, some of us more than others that are staying home, to begin to almost start with a clean slate, right? And begin to attract.
Yeah, it's the perfect time to reset, to get back to who you really are, to go inward and to find what it is that's important to you. Because as we've all been so busy, a lot of people haven't been able to do that. They've been so busy looking after other people, working out in their jobs, not being able to have that sort of little bit more downtime that we have now, because we don't have a choice, really. A lot of us, I know there's people on the front line, God bless them, that are out there working, and we're so thankful for them.
Doing an amazing job.
Yeah, incredible. But for those of us that are able to, I think there is a bigger reason behind all of this. I think it is for all those things that we've asked for. It is time for the planet to heal. It's time for a change in the way the world has been working, to get back to that kindness, to get back to that sense of, almost like the divine law of oneness. We are all one. Well, let's act as if we're all one. Let's come together as communities and build and build and build and strengthen our relationships, so that moving forward, we have a better earth.
Thank you, Allie. Thank you.
Welcome.
So I know that you're a fan of affirmations, and I myself use affirmations. Is this a time now to use affirmations, and how can we use affirmations, and how can they change our lives?
Yeah, affirmations are really important. They're positive in the present tense affirmations. So I am is one of the most powerful ones, as you know. But it's really important. Like, you can't sort of sit there and go, things are always working out for me. It doesn't work like that. You have to raise your vibration first. So you have to come at affirmations from a feel-good point of view. Otherwise, they're not going to work.
So definitely connect that emotion, right, with the words.
Connect the emotion, really feel it, because if you're saying, I am financially abundant, no, I'm not, in your head, get yourself into a place where you can, have a high vibration. So you're coming from that other place, not a low vibration, and say more things that you do believe. Things are always working out for us. Everything is going to be all right, Yes, there will be some deaths, unfortunately, but I do believe, as Abraham says, we all choose our own timing of our deaths anyway. So, I think when we're ready to leave this universe, we do leave this universe, even though sometimes it's a shock to people around us and they weren't ready for it. But, I believe that we are ready for it when it happens.
What about for those that say that that the law of attraction doesn't work for them? Okay, they just got this belief, it doesn't work for me. Will it still work for them, or it won't work for them?
Well, you see, the thing is, the law of attraction is working whether they believe it works or not. That's the thing with it. It's like the law of gravity. It's still working. It's still working in the background. So, quite often they prove to themselves that things aren't working out for them because they go down the negative route and they focus on the negative things, and they say, oh, I'm going to lose my job. And it's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And they attract that into their life by, so they might say something like that to their friend, I'm going to lose my job. but they don't want to lose their job. And they're saying, no, my job is fine. My job is fine. But in the back of their mind, they're thinking I'm going to lose my job. So there's two ends to the vibration, one end of the stick, as Abraham says, and the other end of the stick. And sometimes it's quite hard to separate them. So yeah, I think it's always working no matter what. It's just whether or not you are utilizing it in the correct way. If you know how to use it, if you know how to manifest, if you understand that we are not only creating our own reality with our conscious mind, but also our subconscious mind. So therefore, that means and includes the things that you read, the people you hang out with, the television programs you watch. Our subconscious mind runs 95% of our lives. So therefore, we can be attracting things to us by even watching particular TV programs, by reading particular books, by having particular conversations.
And by past programming, right?
Yes, past programming.
Subconsciously.
Yes, absolutely. So that's why it is important to reprogram your subconscious mind, because we all have limiting self-beliefs.
So what I'd like to do is just put it out there now. Anne Gret says, I'm going to say, put it out there now. If anyone has any questions at all, please state them here. Be as clear as you can with the questions so I can pass them on to Allie with some clarity. It'll help me and it'll help Allie. But yeah, I just want to take this time now. Thank you very much, Allie. And also, where can people find you if they want to get in contact with you for coaching, for your courses, et cetera, et cetera?
Yeah, so I'm everywhere. I'm on Facebook, of course, and Messenger, but my website is www.expansivesouls.com. And I've got an academy. I do private coaching. I do business coaching, and I have a private group as well. I also have a YouTube channel.
Spelled that. I put www. Just try that again. I was going to put the link there. Sorry, Allie. Okay, so I just got Anne Gret says, what about gratitude, to appreciate things?
Very important. Yeah, absolutely. So gratitude and appreciation are actually two different vibrations. With gratitude, you're usually thankful for something that you've overcome. That's about 95% of the time, not 100%, but about 95% of the time, where appreciation is actually a much higher vibration. They're both really, really important. I've talked about gratitude loads. I've talked about appreciation loads. Appreciation is the same vibration as love. So really, really, really important to put them out into the universe all day, every day, if you can. But if you can't, writing 5 or 6 things a day about what you're grateful for and appreciative for.
Great. Thanks,
you. Anne.
Yeah, thank you, Anne. Okay, so Busy Hummingbird says, what everyday tips, practical ways would you recommend to keep the positive law of attraction going?
Well, I actually have a positivity group. It's called Positive Minds. Join that for a start. It's on Facebook. There's 22,000 people in there.
Positive Minds, right?
Yeah. I mean, it's great to be positive, and we all do need to be positive in these times, because that garners hope, right? And without hope, we kind of lose the plot and go back downwards into depression. So things like what Anne has said, practicing gratitude and appreciation, what myself and Jason were talking about, using affirmations and mantras that resonate with us when we're in a high vibration, creating that high vibration for yourself each and every day by listening to music, doing the things you love to do. If you can get
turning
out for a walk.
Turning off the TV.
Turning off the TV, absolutely. Do not watch the news, only for a few minutes at the moment each day. And then once all this is over, please stop watching the news.
Yes.
Because if you really need to be informed about something, you will find out. Let me tell you, because I haven't watched the news in about 20 years, and I always find out. My good old husband over there, he watches the damn news, much to my disapproval.
I mean, I still scratch my head, that I don't watch the news, and here I was tuning in on the weekend, getting my dose 10 hours a day of the news, and it almost knocked me for 6. I mean, it was just the craziest thing I think I've done in my life. But maybe I needed that. Maybe I needed to be reminded of how effective the news can be to suck you in and to draw you down to the lowest form of vibration possible. Maybe that's a great learning curve for me.
Hey, do you want to hear what Abraham had to say about it?
Please do. Please let me know. Of the coronavirus?
Yes, so Abraham Hicks, for those of you who don't know, is channeled by Esther Hicks. And her husband, you'll hear his name being mentioned, Jerry Hicks. Okay. They have lots and lots of books. Asking It Is Given is their main one. But I went to see them in 2017. So they are channeled source energy through Esther Hicks. They have been going live stream, and my husband just bought me tickets today, so I'm excited. So I'm just going to give you some really kind people in one of the groups has been posting about what they've been saying about it. So I just would like to give you a nugget from today's broadcast that was posted, if that's okay.
Please do. Yeah.
Okay. So it says, I'm going to read it here. There are millions of things flowing out there every day that you don't catch because you are not in vibrational resonance with them. Are you using this time to appreciate what you have, your family, your children? Are you spending time with your children? Are you appreciating and playing games? Are you allowing their alignment? Are you appreciating your world, your environment? No reason to freak out. Well-being is a constant and consistent. Meditation is something we often refer to. We forgot about that one, Jason. That's another tip. Meditation calibrates you to your source. 15 minutes of uninterrupted, no-thought meditation every day upon waking is enough to calibrate you to your highest frequency. Your world is in good stead. Worry not about it. Sometimes the reason you worry is you are paying attention to what everyone else is saying. You are watching the news or social media, and everyone is regurgitating the same information. You think it is because they know, but they are just repeating the same information over and over again. This makes you think that everyone knows something about it that you don't know. The only thing we can say to you is to get out of that. We want you to stay informed. We want you to know the reality that is going on around you, but we wouldn't stay there long. We would dart in and out and then decide for ourselves what it is that we do want and line up with that. Calibration process. Open a notebook. On one side of the page, write what you are worried or concerned about. On the other side, write how you can feel in this moment better about those worries or concerns. There you go.
Wow. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for sharing
they
that.
have given really good nuggets. You know, they have talked about how we did ask for it, how we've basically been asking for what I'd like to call this reset for ourselves and for everyone globally.
Yes, yes. And I think it's really important not to get tangled up, people, in that, you know, we're asking for this virus to kill us, like sort of thing. Don't get tangled up in that
not
mindset.
at all.
It's not about that. It's exactly what you just said, Allie. It's about that reset button. And it's just come in the form of what it is today.
Yeah. And like everybody's saying, you know, Mother Nature, you know, will do certain things in certain ways. And it's not that we've asked to die, you know, or anything like that. It's an asking of a different nature. It's an asking of all those other things that I mentioned earlier on.
And Allie, just a quick plug, and Paul just reminded me, which I've totally forgotten about here. Please plug your book. The workbook.
Oh yeah, I've got a book. It's called The Return to Me. And the photography is by Kieran Geraghty. He's an Irish guy. Let me use his photography. So it's a part journal, part book.
And it's a beautiful, beautiful book with very easy exercises. And I will tell you, it's just beautifully, so beautifully presented and laid out, the entire book.
Thank you. Yeah. So it's a 21-day self-love journey. So we're all trying to get back to who we really are, maybe, you know, and I can post it from my website and sign it for people if they want, or it's available on Amazon. Thanks, Jason.
I'm just trying to get the link now on Amazon. So
If they want it signed, they can get it from my website.
Oh, they can get it from your website as well?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Because I can't sign it from Amazon, but if they don't mind, they can get it from Amazon.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I'll just give you the direct link on Allie's, because this is a beautiful book, and I'm not finished it yet, but I need to get back into it, right?
I'm going to check up on you one of these days and ask you to show me the inside. I should have asked you last night.
Here, I've just put it in here, the link, and so you should get that. Hello. Hi, Lise. Welcome. Allie O'Shea, it has been it's been a blessing to speak with you, as it always is, and to hear your insights on all of this. I really do appreciate your time.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been an absolute honor, and I love you so much. Thank you very much for having me.
And please have a beautiful night's sleep.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
I will.
As we begin our day.
And thank you, everyone, for joining and for all your questions.
And Paul O'Shea says, can you send the completed book to Allie for corrections, Jason? There's no corrections in this one because there's no right and wrong. So I've got you there. I know that much, Paul. Don't you worry. It is a beautiful book, though. It's so beautifully laid out, and it's a beautiful journal to keep for keepsake.
Yeah, thank you.
Many blessings to you all. Thank you very much for joining us, everyone, on the live chat. And I will actually be back tomorrow with some tapping, EFT tapping with Colette Leose. And Leosi. I always get that mixed up on how to pronounce that. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow, and we'll hope to see you again tomorrow. Thank you very much, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.